Today, we're talking about a radical act of self-love, even when the world makes it hard. For the transgender community, joy isn't just a feeling, it's medicine, it's resistance, and yes, it's a daily practice. Our next guest will share how wellness and visibility intertwine and how all of us, no matter how we can identify, can cultivate more light in our lives. Elijah Nicholas is the author of Joy, A Journey to Choosing, Creating, and Living in Joy. I like the sound of that. It's so good to have you here, Dr. Elijah.
It is good to be here again. Thank you for having me.
Well, we are so excited to have you here talking about this book. Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to write a book about joy right now.
Well, I have to be honest and say the book actually was birthed out of pain. We are going through so much right now. And as an open trans man who mentors transgender people, I got to a point where I was really heavy. And I went to Florida and spent some time with my dog. And I realized that I, the coach of joy and happiness, had really gotten off path, if you will. And so I took this opportunity to really meditate, wash my feet in the sand and in the water and in the ocean. And I realized that I have forgotten what joy feels like. And so that's where joy, that's where it came from, is, a point of pain, but I turned it into really something happy and positive.
Well, I love to hear that you turned it around like that and made it positive. Now, you've said joy is not a moment, it's a practice. What do you mean by that?
Joy is a practice, meaning that it's not something that is happenstance. It just doesn't happen. For me, I am intentional about joy every single day. I make sure that I am doing things, I am practicing things, I am meditating, and I am around people and places that bring me joy. And so we have to be intentional about joy, especially in these times that we're living in.
That is absolutely true. Now, how do you see the connection between joy and transgender health or visibility?
So for me, they are intertwined, right? Transgender visibility is something, it's a point of resistance, and it's something that we are proud of and we are happy to be out and loud and visible. But being visible, especially for Black and Brown transgender individuals, it comes with risk. And so with that risk, it can weigh you down. It can become very heavy. And it's important to always remember that our happiness and our joy, no matter what's going on in the world, it comes from us. So, joy for me is really a stance of resistance. The best thing that I feel that we can do as transgender people, and really our allies and everybody in this time, is really stand in joy, walk in joy, spread happiness, spread love, and spread light. And that has a ripple effect. And I believe that that's what's going to change the world that we're living in right now.
Absolutely. Now, lastly, what do you hope readers take away from joy, including maybe those who may not identify as LGBTQ plus?
I hope that readers understand that joy is universal. Joy is something that we all strive for. It doesn't matter if you come from a marginalized community, it doesn't matter how you were brought up. We can choose joy every single day. And I believe that joy sends out a positive vibration, and that vibration is what really can change our lives in the world that we live in.
I love that, Dr. Elijah. Thank you so much. You have brought joy to my life today, I have to say. So thank you so much for being here with us. I really appreciate it. And you can
Thank you
purchase
so
the
much for having me.
Thank you, Dr. Elijah. And you can purchase the book Joy where books are sold and find out more by heading on over to ElijahNicholas.com.